Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Aces High, and today I'm bringing you guys something kind of UK, something kind of American, a wide video for my whole audience. Well, what's America known for? I know we're overweight. I know a lot of people say the American education system is down there, all that jazz, but one of the biggest things that America is known for is guns. They love their guns. I don't personally own one, but several of my friends have many, many guns. And I have no problem with guns. I love shooting them at the range or whatever. It's fun, I just don't really care enough to have one. That being said, we have very, very loose laws when it comes to guns compared to other countries. So I want to take a look at this video. It's called UK Gun Laws Explained, and it's by Adam Explains. So go check out the channel. The link is in the description. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that sub button. I'm back. I'm posting probably 2-3 days a week now. That way I don't burn myself out, and I'm hoping this goes on for a long time. Anyway, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to shut up. I got myself a drink, so let's get watching.
Welcome to Adam Explains, where I break down tough topics and give you the facts. Before we begin, if I could take this time to request that you like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Guns are heavily restricted in the UK, but contrary to what many people believe, including many Brits, owning a firearm is not illegal. On average, Britain...
I know that the laws are much tougher compared to America, but yeah, I was going to say, I never would have thought... is it really common that any British people think that it's illegal to own a gun?
Has 6.5 guns per 100 people, compared to the USA,
wow,
which has 101 guns per 100 people.
I was going to say, I think we're higher than 101 per 100. Honestly, I thought we were at like 130. We have more guns than people in the US.
According to the Small Arms Survey, unlike the Americans with the Second Amendment, gun ownership in the UK is a privilege, not a right. Whether or not this is the right approach is not up for debate in this video, but feel free to discuss it at length in the comments section. Firearms control in the UK is among the toughest in the world, and firearms offences continue to make up less than 0.2% of recorded crime. As you would expect, with such low gun ownership, gun-related deaths are incredibly rare. According to the Geneva Declaration on Violence and Development, it stands at 1 death per million people per year.
So I guess my question is, what was it, 6.5 out of 100 compared to Americans, basically 100 out of 100. 100 guns for every 100 people. Was that multiply? So that's like, what, 17 times, give or take, 16 times the rate of guns in the US compared to the UK. I wonder if our gun-related deaths are more than 16 or 17 times higher than the UK. So if you put it on like the same ratio, which one's higher?
The UK population is around about 56 million people, and that only adds up to around 50 to 60 gun homicides annually. The rules around gun ownership can vary depending on where you are in the UK, particularly in Northern Ireland, where due to the Good Friday Agreement the laws are much less restrictive and over 5% of the population own a firearm, though these gun owners are not permitted to transport their weapons to mainland Britain. So who, in general, can obtain a firearm? To possess or purchase a firearm, an individual in the UK must be assessed as not posing a threat to public safety by the police, who act as the licensing authority. In addition, the individual must have a good reason to own a firearm and be able to demonstrate to the licensing authority that they require their firearm for work, sport or leisure on a regular legitimate basis, such as being a member of a target shooting club. The reason the police are the licensing authority is because they possess local information that helps inform their judgment, and discretion over what constitutes a good reason is often left up to chief officers. To own a firearm in the UK, a person must undergo a strict vetting procedure which includes interviews, visits to the person's property, criminal record checks and references from friends. In addition, the applicant's GP may be contacted. Once a firearm licence is
general practitioner.
Issued and paid for, the licensed individual must store their gun securely to avoid access by any unlicensed person.
So that is actually something I don't believe it's federal. It might be a federal law, but I know it's at least a state law in the state that I come from, Washington State, where about 2 years ago they passed a law saying that if, for instance, somebody breaks into your house, steals your gun, and commits a crime with it, you are also held responsible for that if the gun was not locked up. So basically it's saying you need to lock up your guns, because beforehand people would put their guns underneath their mattress, underneath, just in their drawer, their dresser drawer or whatever, and yeah.
Firearms may be licensed in the UK. Unless declared specially dangerous by the Firearms Dangerous Air Weapons Rules of 1969, low-powered air weapons are generally not licensed in England and Wales. That means that if you purchase one of these, you do not require a license in order to possess it.
Makes sense.
It is often said that handguns are outright banned, which is not strictly true. An individual may own long-barreled revolvers and long-barreled pistols, which are defined with a barrel of at least 30 centimeters in length, and that the firearm is at least
30 centimeters in length just for the barrel? I mean, that's... I guess you can't see both my fingers because it's just too big. That's like something like that. That's a foot. I mean, 12 inches, 30 centimeters? Jesus Christ, man.
Centimeters long. Long-barreled single-shot firearms of any caliber and semi-automatic pistols of 22 rimfire caliber are permitted with a firearm certificate. Those that do not meet these criteria would be considered a pistol in UK law and are effectively banned, with the exception of muzzle-loading pistols, including muzzle-loading revolvers, which are permitted as long as they meet the criteria set forth in the regulations. All of the pistols are prohibited in Great Britain.
What's really interesting is one of the ones that they were saying you could basically get would be a 22, and people make jokes about 22s over here in the U.S. They say they're a child's rifle, just because it's such a tiny bullet. You know, it's the first gun that you learn on type thing. I mean, it's not true. When I was a kid, I had a BB gun. You know, I'd shoot targets and everything, and then I got older, and when I went out shooting for the first time, first thing I shot was a 22. It's an easy gun, doesn't have a lot of kick, you know.
Shotguns are legal on a shotgun certificate as long as they can't hold more than 3 shotgun shells, including the one in the chamber, if it's a pump action or semi-automatic shotgun. However, shotguns with a detachable magazine or larger fixed magazine are still permitted, but you'll have to obtain a Section 1 firearm certificate. Rifles are also permitted. These are defined by UK law as a rifled firearm with a barrel longer than 30 centimeters or 12 inches, and a total length of the rifle must be longer than 60 centimeters or 24 inches, and it must also not fall under the classification of a long barrel revolver or pistol. Rifles are permitted in any caliber size as long as it doesn't meet the definition of self-loading or pump action. Semi-automatic or pump action rifles are only permitted at a 22 rimfire caliber. What might surprise you is that under UK law, it is legal for you to own the following weaponry, with the correct licensing of course. The M&P 1522, which is based on the AR-15, H&K 416, semi-automatic 22 rimfire caliber MP5, Ruger 1022, Beretta LRX 160, and you can even own an Uzi as long as it's a 22.
I mean, I understand they want them all 22s and everything. Makes sense, little baby bullets. But still, man, it's a freaking MP5. You know, it's basically an AR-15. You got your Berettas. You got, I mean, a freaking Uzi, a Ruger. Like, come on.
Rimfire caliber. So next time someone says that the UK banned guns, we didn't. But we do strongly restrict and control who can own firearms and what firearms can be owned.
Makes sense. I mean, in all reality,
we don't have the same affinity or interest in firearms as our American cousins. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave up to you. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on the UK's approach to gun laws. I'd love to hear it. Does it shock you? Does it concern you? Let me know. Thanks very much for watching. Please don't forget...
like I said, I mean, they just proved it there at the end of the video. Americans, man, they're known for their guns. Again, I mean, I don't even have one, but I have no... I mean, I can't say I don't have a problem with it. There's a lot of problems with guns, but I ain't gonna get into that now. Anyway, hope you guys dug it. Till next time, this is Ace High. I love y'all. And I'm out.